Should be live. Check notifications. Shalom. So should be live. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So shalom, Akim. Shalom. All right. Before we get started, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, B'cham Kadash. All right. Double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, push out this word at a high frequency, peace and safety to the elect laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure. Shalom to the sincere sisters. All right. Men and brothers, this, of course, we're from the ATL church. We're going to go into how basically Nebuchadnezzar, if you're familiar with the king, which Nebuchadnezzar was the king of Neo-Babylon around 600 BC. And he ruled to about 560 BC, if I'm not mistaken. I think 605 BC. But he was the king of Neo-Babylon, and he had a dream in Daniel the 2nd chapter. And here it is over 2,600 years later. All right, that dream has yet to be fulfilled. That dream has not been completed, as far as being played out on the earth after Daniel gave the interpretation of what the dream was. That dream hasn't been fully accomplished. And that goes to show you that, man, this thing is a beautiful storyline, man. It's taken a long time to develop and get to the point where we're about to enter into, man, which is about to be the time of Yahweh Shai's visitation. All right. And King Nebuchadnezzar saw that in his dream. And Daniel broke it down to him. And we're going to go into it through the spirit and show you that what it's talking about, man. So if somebody could go ahead and start with Daniel 2:31.
Right. It's Daniel 2:31. Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee.
Go ahead.
And the form thereof was terrible.
Go ahead. So this is a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had of a great image that was terrible. Go ahead.
This image's head was of fine gold.
Right. So the head of the image was of pure gold. Go ahead.
His breast and his arms of silver.
Go ahead.
His belly and his thighs of brass.
That's right. So now you got to imagine, this actual dream of a gold head, a breastplate, and arms of silver, and a stomach and thighs of silver. All right. And the dream is going to show you what was the symbolism behind it being those those particular resources. Okay, go ahead.
Right. His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
Right. So his legs were straight iron, and his feet was part iron, part clay. And there's symbolism behind that, man. Go ahead.
Right. Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay.
That's right. And that stone right there that it said was cut out not by hands, all right, it's talking about Yahweh Shai, all right? And the reason he specified it not being cut out by hands is because it wasn't sent by man. Yahweh Shai is not sent by man. He was sent by the Heavenly Father. He was sent by Yahweh, to basically do a number on those kingdoms. All right, go ahead.
It says, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them into pieces.
That's right. So imagine a great image with all of those characteristics in a big stone come out of nowhere, and it break the feet of the image. Once you break the feet of the image, or you hit the leg and the feet of the image, right, the whole image is going to fall. Because that's the foundation. You're striking the foundation. Now, those characteristics of that image represent kingdoms. Right. So the head of gold that we read about in Daniel, in Nebuchadnezzar's dream, in Daniel the 2nd chapter, that head of gold is talking about the Babylonian empire. The breastplate of silver, breastplate and arms of gold, of silver, Salakia, is talking about Persia. All right, and then the stomach and the thighs of brass is talking about Greece, and the legs, the legs, part iron and part clay, is talking about Rome and America. You know, so that stone that's spoken about right there that the brother just read is speaking about Yahweh Shai coming back to break down what Rome or America. All right, but notice what the head was. Right, it's Babylon. You know, the head of the whole statue was Babylon, because all of those kingdoms had Babylonian customs incorporated within them, including Persia. There was still Babylonian ideology going on in Persia, man. All right, there was still Babylonian ways that was being as well. You know, same thing with Greece and same thing with Rome and America. You know.
Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together and became like the chaff of the summer.
That's right. So Yahweh Shai is going to come back and break all of these kingdoms down, man. In the world, man, including Russia, all right, including this NATO, this beast system, all right. Yahweh Shai, that stone, that rock that was carved or made without hands, is going to come and destroy all of these kingdoms and establish the kingdom of heaven.
Like the floors, and the wind kept away that no place was found for them, and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain.
Yeah, that's talking about the kingdom of heaven. That great government, the stone kingdom of heaven is going to start. That's why I said that stone that became a great mountain, because it started with just a stone, but it grew into a great mountain. And about the government of the ruling body of the elect. All right, because when you read the scriptures, mountains are an analogy of a government. All right. You want to say something on that?
Well, yeah, kind of. Well, it's like I'm just gonna say it's a metaphor of government. You know, when you see these different scriptures and they mention about mountains and hills and things like that, those are governments. When you read Isaiah the 2nd chapter, it talks about how the Most High shall establish his mountain above all the different hills and other mountains. That's the government of Israel. Because like the brother was saying, how once Yahweh Shai comes back and breaks down these other kingdoms, he's going to establish the kingdom of heaven. Well, the kingdom of heaven is pertaining to the kingdom of Israel, the people, the true people of Jerusalem, not those so-called Palestinians and so-called Jews over there. The kingdom of Israel, the real Israelites, the Native Americans over here on this side of the world, the Western Hemisphere, we're waking up to who we are. And we're going to gain. That's who the kingdom of heaven is pertaining to, our heaven. You know? And the establishment of our government upon the earth, starting with Yahweh Shai, that's going to be established once Yahweh Shai takes down the rest of these heathen nations. America, the EU, this whole beast system is going to be taken down by Yahweh Shai, who we call Jesus Christ.
That's right.
It's Sirach 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You know, yeah, and this basically we're reading about this whole system, man. You know, the 10 toes, NATO and EU and America. This whole system was established on wickedness, man. That's why Yahweh Shai is going to come and destroy it, man. All right, and it's going to be the kingdom, the rulership of the earth. All right, it's going to be translated from one people to another, man. Right, it's going to be taken Okay, what we're going to read in Daniel 2, you read down, further down. All right, so the saints what take the kingdom.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take it. You know, we hopefully, you know, we of Israel. All right, it's going to be given to us, man. All right, reading about man, Yahweh shot coming. That stone was going into smashing that statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw in his dream, man. Okay. But
it's Psalm 47:2. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth.
That's right. So that's how you know that that stone spoken of in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, is speaking about Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You know, because he's the great king of the earth, man. None of these other kingdoms are going to be strong enough to withstand that stone, man. All right. And that goes to show you the strength of a stone, because why did the scriptures make reference to Yahweh Shai as being a stone? Or why did the Lord put the spirit on Nebuchadnezzar to have a dream about a stone breaking down precious minerals,
right,
as such as gold and silver and iron? Stones are strong. Certain stones are strong, man. They represent power, you know? And certain stones are pure. They give off good energy too.
Yeah.
You know? That's Yahweh Shai, man. That stone, man. Like, and we're gonna get that. The scriptures make reference of Yahweh Shai as what? A rock of offense.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's what Yahweh Shai is, man. He's a rock of offense. He's a rock. He's known as what? The chief cornerstone.
Right.
He's the foundation. So that same foundation that was already laid when Yahweh Shai went up and delivered himself on the cross, that same stone that was laid on the foundation is going to come back and destroy all of these kingdoms, man. And he's going to use his elect men to help destroy these kingdoms as well. That's why that stone will turn into a great mountain. You know? But now go back to Daniel 2. And let's finish it up, then we're going to go into
chapter on this one.
Oh yeah, kind of. So like
just a little bit more. He shall, verse 3, he shall subdue the people under us and the nations under our feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like the brother was saying, you know, Yahweh Shai is basically, he's gonna be the king. You know, he's gonna be the one that's gonna lead the new government and to subdue all these other nations under us. All these other kingdoms, he's going to confound them and basically, you know, put all of them under subjection. But I'm going to go to Daniel 2, start at 36. Yeah, 36. And this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation there.
Right. So this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is Daniel that's breaking this dream down. Go ahead.
Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the Most High of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory, and wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
Right. So Daniel was telling them that the dream that you had with the head of gold, that's you. Nebuchadnezzar was the head of gold, the king of Babylon, man. All right. Which that whole head represented the kingdom, but because he was right before Nebuchadnezzar, he said that is you, because that was his kingdom. You know, go ahead.
And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field. Yeah. Thou art this head of gold, 39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee.
Which after the kingdom, or after Babylon fell, who rose up after that? You had the Persians, the Medo-Persian Empire. All right. So that's the breastplate of silver and the arms of silver is the Persians, man. All right, which were Elamites. Right. All right. They came about with the well, Persians were Elamites. Japhites were
I would say this over the Persians were over
The Persians were over the Medes, which the Persians were
yeah.
Elam and the Medes and Japhites.
Yeah, it was a joint co-op kingdom.
Yeah, it was a joint co-op. You know, and that was symbolic. And notice the breastplate of silver. It really took over 2 parts of the body.
Right.
The arms and the breastplate. You know.
Right.
So that's symbolic right there, man. You know. Go ahead.
39. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass.
Right. And that third kingdom that came after the Medo-Persian Empire was Greece during the time of Alexander the Great and the Diadochi. You know,
right.
The Diadochi, which was the 4 kingdoms. You know, the four different sections of Greece, which was Lysimachus, Cassander, Seleucus, and Ptolemy. You know, so that goes into that third kingdom, that the stomach and the thighs of brass. All right, go ahead, brother.
It says, and the fourth kingdom which shall bear rule over all the earth, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things.
Right, and it starts off the legs start off as being iron because the Roman Empire was strong as hell when they first started out, man.
Mm-hmm.
They was a strong, fierce power, but they became weak. You know, and it's going to go on to were the weakest part of the whole statue. The foundation of it was weak. You had part strong, part weak. All right, but if you got 5 good toes and 5 bad toes, you ain't gonna be able to stand like that, man. Right. You're gonna have a foundational problems. You're gonna walk funny. You know, so it don't matter how beautiful you are in your face. You might have nice abs, swole, arms and upper body look good, but if your feet ain't right, man, you ain't nothing.
Well, it's just like a guy in the gym. You know, a guy in the gym would do the bench press, do the curls and all of that, but then he don't really do no leg work.
Skip leg day.
And then skip leg. If he's a Muay Thai boxer, a fighter, and get into another Muay Thai fighter going down.
Yeah. That's right, bro. Go ahead, Lamar.
That foundation is not there.
And for as much
right. You gotta see what you gotta know is Rome is nothing but America. And presidents look the same. Let me see if we back on. Yeah, we should be back on. Yeah. We on. We on, bro. All right, so let's go back to where we were at.
All right. Verse Daniel 2, verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of the potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron.
Right, you have certain countries within this European Union and NATO that's strong, and you have some countries that's weak, economically weak. You have some countries that's economically strong, which is kind of keeping their whole foundation up. All right, but once that stone comes and breaks that statue at his feet, the whole statue is going to go. And that stone is Yahweh Shai, man. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Says, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Right, and that is this kingdom. As you can see, this NATO system is part strong and part weak. All right, you have certain countries that really don't contribute financially to NATO. You know, that's why President Donald Trump, he cut funding. All right, from from NATO. Yeah, so that ain't gonna do nothing but make that whole system weaker. You know, because they don't have the financial support of the strong countries of NATO. So this is all a setup preparing Yahweh Shai to come back. It's gonna be an easy takedown. Yeah, it's gonna be an easy takedown.
It kind of added a point too, dealing with the week too. I believe was that 2016. They had that vote because the EU, the European Union, was in economic turmoil, right? So what happened was Great Britain had a vote to leave the EU, and they called it, and that was the Brexit.
Yep.
And once Great Britain had voted to leave the EU, that was it.
Yep.
Because Great Britain, being the financial arm of Esau's Edomite New World Order system, them leaving the European Union was a big sign that the elites weren't dealing with this system no more, but it's also a big sign and prophecy making that so-called, because before it was known as the European Union, it was known as the Euro Economic
European Economic Community.
Yeah, right.
EEC.
Yeah, the EEC. And with Great Britain voting to leave that union or community, that would make the rest of that union or community weak. The same thing with Germany. Germany was strong, but then you had certain weaker nations like Greece. Even to this day, they're going through something called austerity measures, to where they basically have to crack down on the distribution of money in the system. And that's making them weaker. It was a couple of years ago in, what was that? A couple of years ago in Cyprus, where they had a run on the bank.
Yep.
People was running trying to get their money out the bank, but the government was cracking down. That was because of the austerity measures. So they can only live on so much money a day, only take out so much money out the bank. That's making that whole system weak, man. Yeah. So we're living in Daniel the 2nd chapter. Verse 40 on down, man.
Yeah, Brexit was a sign of it.
Yeah.
You know, hey, this thing is happening, brothers. This is a time to be excited, man.
Come on, man.
This is a time to, you know what I'm saying, really trim your lamps and go hard in the spirit. Because hey man, this thing is taking off now, man. Sure. Every day something is happening, man. You got the furtherance of the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast happening.
Yeah, that system.
You know, that whole system.
Mm-hmm.
You got these different prophecies coming to pass with World War III.
Yep.
All right. Revelation 17 is happening. Yep. You know, this whole thing. You got the Acts, the 2nd chapter is taking place.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Matthew the 24th chapter.
Yeah,
2nd Esdras,
9, 21, Mark.
Of course, yeah. Hey man, this thing is taking off, man.
All right. 2nd chapter.
The Spirit of the Lord is blessing us with His word, man. We see it clearly, day by day, man.
Day by day.
Day by day, we see
hour by hour.
Yeah, this thing is taking off. So we're gonna go back into it because we're gonna get these scriptures to show that it's actually who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which His name is Yahweh Shai, is that stone that was spoken of in Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Mm-hmm. So a lot of you people out here try to deny the fact that Yahweh Shai existed. Well, explain Daniel the 2nd chapter.
Right.
Who is that stone that broke in pieces these nations?
That's right.
Who is that stone, man, to all you Old Testament Israelites? Who is that? All right, go ahead.
It says, let's see. I'll start at 42 again. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Mm-hmm. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
Go ahead.
But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Right. So they try to mix with these other nations. That's why I say they shall mingle themselves with the children of men. All right. So certain parts of that system or that kingdom of the iron and clay is tried to mingle with the other nations, but they won't mix. All right, because they are part of a system. All right. You are a part. That's like my toes trying to mix and mingle with Zion's toes. They ain't gonna work.
Right.
You're already attached to a system.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Go ahead,
And in the days of these kings shall be the power of heaven set up the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people.
That is the kingdom of Israel.
Yeah.
The kingdom that's going to be set up by the Most High and Yahweh Shai is going to be the kingdom of Israel. And the kingdom of Israel is going to be the kingdom that breaking pieces all of those nations, starting with Yahweh Shai. Okay? That's why the Lord tell you in Revelation, the 2nd chapter, it says, he that overcometh and keepeth my words, I will give him powers, and he will break in pieces the other nations. Mm-hmm. So it's going to start with Yahweh Shai, and then the rest of the elect going to break in pieces you nations, and it's going to grow into a big mouth.
It's a lot. Can I point real quick?
Yeah.
Now, when he read in the scripture where it says, and in the days of those kings, we in the days of those kings right now. Because scripture talks about in Revelation is they have 1 hour with the beast, right? Those 10 toes or those 10 kings or those 10 horns, they have power with the beast right now. All right. When the United Nations was established, and then it was established in the 50s, all right, that was the coming together of this whole beast system. This system that is beast, meaning it's not like a regular monarch in the ancient world. Right. It's different and diverse from every other kingdom before. Mm-hmm. These kingdoms, these sovereign nations, these conglomerate of nations coming together, the whole UN and all of that, we're living in those days now. We just saw it last week.
That's right.
With the whole vote with the move of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
That's
you
right.
see what happened? We're in the days of those kings now. And then like the brother just read, it says, in the days of those kings shall the Most High set up a kingdom. Guess what kingdom is being set up right now? That's us brothers out here teaching this word. Right. We're being set up as a separate kingdom away through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, away from the governments of this world. Right. We're like a underground government being set up, like an underground resistance
behind the scenes.
A new government, right, behind the scenes.
That's generating power.
Right, that's constantly generating power and revving up to do what the prophecy says is getting ready to happen. And it's going to be culminating in how making this return and destroying all these kingdoms, man. Right. But I just want to make that point that where it says, in the days that these kings are going to rule, the Most High is going to set his kingdom up. When you read Psalms the 50th chapter, it talks about he shall set them in order, which is the Israelites, is them. He shall set us in order, the Israelites in order before their eyes. They see us. They see us doing this live stream right now. They see brothers doing videos. We're being set in order as a kingdom at this very point right now while these other nations are ruling. Prophecy is coming to pass at a heavy rate, man. Day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, man. You know? Yeah, something going on.
And that's why Howard shot, that's why in the dream, that statue didn't march into a glorious kingdom. It got broke.
Yeah, that fourth
part of the statue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Yahweh Shai is gonna be the one to take it down, man, because in each and every last one of these kingdoms, all right, the children of Israel will persecute, right? Every last one of them. All right, starting with Babylon, with Persia, all right, with Greece, and especially Greece and Rome.
Oh yeah.
And America. Yep. The children of Israel were destroyed, especially in those latter parts of the statue, man. That's why the statue going straight at the feet.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, it ain't going at the head of it. It's gonna go right to the feet. That's how you know America is a real cesspool of wickedness, man.
Right.
Because it's all of those kingdoms in one, man. All those different philosophies, you know. And that's why I see why the Lord made it the feet, man. It's impure. That's why a lot of toxins come out your feet.
Toxins,
waste. That's why your feet stink.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's why Rome and America are the feet.
Spiritual athletes.
Yeah, man. That's why the stone going right for the feet, man. All right. Go ahead. And then from there we're gonna jump to Psalms 118 and 22. We're gonna show who the stone is according to the scriptures. All right. Go ahead, Jamal.
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
That's right. And that's the kingdom of heaven. And Yahweh Shai being their chief cornerstone, their headstone, that all of you people out here deny, man. You deny his existence. All right. A lot of you naysayers, you deny his existence. Right. You deny his miracles. You deny his birth. And even if some of you do say that he existed, you try to deny the fact that he was the Messiah. And some of you try to say that Yahweh Shai didn't even get crucified, that he was just a common man that fled.
Yeah, a lot of Muslims say that.
So what's going to end up happening is that same man that you denied, all right, that same entity that you hated and despised is going to come back and break the whole world down and start his government, and you're going to have to flow to him and submit to him. All right, go to Psalms 118 and 22.
Yeah,
you got it?
Yeah, I got it right here. This is Psalms 118 and 22. It says, the stone which the builders refuse is become the headstone of the corner.
That's right. So the stone that the builders refuse has become the headstone, man. That's speaking about Yahweh Shai being the chief cornerstone. As a matter of fact, hold that, and I think it's Ephesians 2 and 20 that tells you that Yahweh Shai is the chief cornerstone, man. If we could get Ephesians 2 and 20, because a lot of you people try to deny the existence of Yahweh Shai. Right. When Nebuchadnezzar had that dream and Daniel broke it down, did Daniel say, well, nah, I don't know about that stone. Nah, that stone, I don't know. That stone might not have been. Everything else was, questioning it. Yeah, the whole everything else was cool, but that stone, I don't know about that stone. That's a nigga.
Yeah.
All right. Ephesians 2 and 20. Go ahead.
Ephesians 2 and 20. And are built, maybe I should start 18. I'll start 18. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of the Most High.
That's a cut on you people. That's a cut on you people that speaks about the Gentiles being in the other nations, such as Esau and Moab. No. That right there is talking about the Israelites. That's why it says being foreigners. All right, read that part again.
19. Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints.
Which it tells you in Psalms 148, and I think it's 13. It tells you that the saints are the Israelites.
Right.
All right, so that's talking about Israel. Go ahead.
And the household and of the household of the Most High, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, Yahushua HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
Right. So that headstone that it's talking about in Psalms 118 and 22 is talking about Yahushua being the chief cornerstone. Chief means what? The head, the top.
Right.
That's what the word chief means. And to be in the seat of authority. That's talking about Yahushua. So in Nebuchadnezzar's dream that he had, when the stone came and broke hit the feet of the statue, that stone was specifically speaking about Yahushua, man. Okay. All right, y'all brothers got the floor.
I got something real quick. This is Isaiah 28 and 16. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone.
Ooh. Hey, that's Yahushua. Yahushua is the stone, man.
Right.
All right, he's that good foundation to build upon, man. All right, he's the chief, he's the beginning, all right, of the building of the kingdom of heaven, starting with Yahweh.
That's right.
Because Yahweh is the project manager. You know, Yahushua is actually the first part of the building of the house.
That's right.
You know, like that's why we made mention of back in Daniel. Like he said back in Daniel, the second chapter, it said it was a stone that was made without hands.
Right.
Because it wasn't made by man, it was sent by Yahweh. Yahweh.
Right.
It was sent by Yahweh, which is Yahweh being that first piece of the building of the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right.
And then the rest of the fruits of Yahweh make up the rest of the house, man. Go ahead,
it says, I'll read it again. Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation of stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste.
That's right. It says a sure foundation, right? All right, meaning it's sturdy, man. You know, it's well set. All right, you can't come up against it. It's sure. All right. Whenever you make something sure, man, it's confirmed. And that's Yahushua, man.
I got something.
Okay, go ahead, Tazawa.
This is Matthew 7 and 24, just real quick. It says, therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Right, and the ones that's going to be established like that is the elect, man. The sheep that Yahweh spoke about. Matthew 10, 2 John 10. Right, the sheep that hear his voice.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're not part of the sheep, you're not going to hear the voice, and you're not going to have that stability, man. You know. So the men that have the truth, they're gonna stand in Yahushua, man. All right, having that sure foundation. We read in Isaiah 28. All right, so that when the tribulation come, okay, brothers is not gonna be swayed, man. Yeah. All right, you're gonna be firm, man. You know, it all goes back to Yahushua, man.
That's right.
Which a lot of people, you niggas, you Old Testament niggas, or whoever, y'all shame or y'all don't believe in. Hey man, you're gonna be destroyed, man. Ultimately.
Yeah. That's something real quick. But I just want to say that that's Yahushua,
right?
Because Yahushua, when you build something upon a rock, because in the line of work I do, you got to make sure the ground is all right. If there's rock, you got to make sure it's firm and steady, and then you can build your building upon it.
Level.
Yeah, you make sure it's level, before you erect anything. right? And that foundation, that level of foundation is Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai was level, it was cool, it was calm, he had the wisdom, the understanding. He literally came from the Most High the Father. So as we build upon our ministry, right? Starting with the rock of our ministry, Peter, he was known as the rock as well.
Right.
Right? Him being the top apostle, you know, his understanding from Yahweh Shai, we continue to grow upon it. You know?
Right.
Because the scripture says that eventually we are going to be pillars in this ministry in the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be built upon the pillars of the 12 tribes of Israel, starting with the top apostles and the top disciples, and Yahweh Shai and King David our king. We have glory coming to us, man, but this thing has to be sturdy. It has to be just as sturdy as this spiritual temple is going to be just as sturdy as the physical temple was, man, but even more enduring. You know, but I want to read this real quick. Acts 4:10. It says, "Be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel that by the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom the Most High raised from the dead, even by him doth this man stand here before you hold." It says, "This is the stone which was set at naught," which means nothing, because when Yahweh Shai came on the earth, he had to go through persecutions and mockeries, trials and mockeries, and catch hell. Just like today, we got all these Christians and EJ Love and Jesus Word, the Lead, and all these Old Testament and Egyptians. They all come against us, brothers. Really great millstone, okay? You know, that are defending the gospel of Yahweh, because we come in the spirit of our Lord, man. He will do the same thing. And it says that even back then they said him as nothing. But this is what it says. It says, this is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which is become the head of the corner, which eventually Yahweh Shai and his men are going to become the head cornerstone. We're going to be their foundation. That's why when you read Revelation, it talks about he's going to give us that white stone. We're going to be made to be put within his spiritual temple, within his kingdom, to set up the future rulership that's going to last forever and ever, man.
That's right.
You know? This is an important thing, an important understanding we got to have in this truth as Israelites. You know?
That's right. I got something real quick. Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. And that scripture clearly links up with Daniel 2nd chapter.
Yeah.
When he said that they shall establish a kingdom which shall never be overthrown, roughly paraphrasing. That's what the brother Kamal just read. You know, and this was a dream that happened about 2,600, roughly 2,600 years, somewhere up in that time. Man. You know, and it's still that dream has still yet to be fulfilled, which goes to show you the amount of patience. You know, the amount of patience, development that it takes to get to this point.
Dedication,
faith. You know, faith, like the brother said. You know, belief. You know, because here it is. This dream has been. You know, it had to go through plenty kingdoms, all the way to get up into the point to where we at now. You know, and we still haven't reached the finale, so to speak, where the stone actually comes. And that dream that happened in Nebuchadnezzar is one very important dream. That's a very, very important dream, man. We challenge if Yahweh Shai didn't exist, all right? If Yahweh Shai didn't exist, right? All right, or if the so-called Savior never came on the earth, then in the Old Testament, in Daniel 2nd chapter, who was that stone speaking about? And when did that happen?
What beast are we in?
Right, and what beast are we in?
Because the Messiah got to come in between one of those kingdoms being set up, and if the Messiah came yet.
Right. Who was the stone that broke? Who was the stone that broke it? God. And then where's the kingdom that came after that stone? They can't do it. You can't answer. It's impossible to answer that. It never happened. Yeah,
that verse you read, notice it said too, it said, take the kingdom, man. All right? The so-called white man, which is the kingdom that we're in right now, okay? He ain't gonna hand it over like, you know, like it's all good. All right, here you go, I'm done. Nah, man, they gotta be taken by violence, man. All right, by war, man. All right? And when you call Jesus Christ, meaning Jehovah Shai, okay, he's gonna be spearheading that whole operation, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I got something for you. This is Revelation chapter 8, verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down.
Yeah, see, thus with violence, man, shall the great city Babylon, which is America, okay, not the Vatican or whatever these niggas talking about. It's talking about America, man. It's going to be taken down by what? By violence, man. War, right? Bloodshed, death. Go ahead.
Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
Shall be found no more at all, man. This is it, man. This is the last ride for the so-called white man. All right? After this, it's over, man. All right? And who's that? That's Jehovah Shai, man. All right? Coming to take you out of power. Like it says in Daniel 2, saints shall take the kingdom, man.
Yeah, which what we're doing is from the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
So the actions that you see the prophets doing is Yahweh Shai doing that.
That's right.
Yahweh Shai is working. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is working. You know?
That's right.
Even raising up the children of Israel, setting up prophets around the four corners of the earth. That's the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's still that stone, that millstone that's being cast into the sea, because the scripture says that the sea represents the people.
That's right. Right.
Mm-hmm. You know?
That's right.
Now I'm gonna continue reading verse 22. It says, and the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee.
Right, and that's talking about basically America is and its influence and its glory and everything about entertainment, it's reality shows, it's award shows, everything dealing with what America portrays to the world. All that's going to be done away with, because it's going to be a new way of life, a new setup. You know, we're not going to be like this. There's going to be a time to come where you're not going to be in Australia. And you can turn to your, whatever channel it is, or whatever internet source, and you can watch the last episode of Love and Hip Hop New York, man.
Right.
You know, there's not going to be a time when everybody can tune in to the live broadcast of the Emmys,
right,
or the live broadcast of the Grammys.
Yeah.
You know, there's not going to be a time where you're going to tune in to your local national news station, and you're going to see the president of the free world, aka the United States, get up on his podium and speak his speeches, man. Okay, all that's going to be done away with, man. All the threats that these nations are making back and forth, all the technological progress that these scientists and these different news stations boast about that their country's developing, all is going to be done away with in World War III, because that's going to be the time to clash.
That's right.
You know, and when that time comes, pursuing Isaiah the 13th chapter, all right, when all the nations are mustered together to fight in this war, all right, the scripture says that the Most High calls his sanctified ones, and it says his mighty ones shall be there, man. Yeah. The mighty ones are these angels, including Yahweh Shai, is going to take him down. You know, everything is going to be broken down to a simple form, as they say in American math class, man.
That's right. That's how you know that as soon as that rock came and hit the feet of the statue, everything just fell instantly, man. That's how you know Yahweh Shai coming back to play no games. There don't be no tug of war with you down with the nation. You know, but the Lord's going, the Savior's going to come back and really get into some friction where you get an upper hand on him, then he come back and you come on, man. It's gonna be quick. Yeah, it's gonna be quick, man. Like,
because now about that statue coming down, I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be like. When God comes to that stone, that mountain, and breaks down the feet of that statue, everything from the gold to the miry clay and the stone. And you know, that whole influence of all these other kingdoms, Babylon, Persia, Greece, like I said, Christianity and Christmas and all of that, that's going to be broken down too.
Yep.
Now, how about Yahweh, the Most High God in the scriptures and the Son, Yahweh, who what you call Jesus Christ? They're not dealing with that spirit, man. Right. You know, it's a whole influence of the commandments and the law and the people that are distributing the law throughout the earth. It's in Isaiah, the 2nd chapter.
Right.
You know? The time of the end and the last major prophecies being fulfilled. We got signs in the heavens, signs in the earth, you know. And just like a brother said earlier today, man, the time for you other Israelite groups playing around with the word and not speaking on things that are happening, that's coming to an end. Y'all going to come to an end. Right. Okay? You grievous wolves. Y'all going to stop teaching this word. It's going to be known who the men of the Lord are and who the prophets are. Spiritual power is coming. With spiritual power comes spiritual blessings, spiritual miracles, man. The same thing that the apostles did, the same thing that Yahweh did, and greater. You know, we're coming to a new year, so these things are important to pinpoint, man. Yeah. You know? Yep. All right? Yahweh said that this was of his, if this were his kingdom, his servants will fight. Well, we're fighting through the spirit, man. Mm-hmm. And it says in Thessalonians, it talks about he shall fight against the elites of this world, the wicked of this world, the spirit of his mouth. We're his mouthpiece. And we're speaking through the prophecies, him coming back right now. And we see it through the spirit, man. Yahweh is getting ready to break this kingdom down, man. Because NATO and the EU and UN, they're all broken up. They're all in a confusion state, man.
Shambles.
Yeah, they're all in shambles. But the scripture says that it says that they were going to so what was that in Daniel? No, Ecclesiastes the 12th chapter. Mm-hmm. Right? It says when the keepers of the house shall tremble, they're trembling right now, man. Right. Because the words of the Lord are speaking, and it's nothing they can do about it. You know?
Yeah, that's why the elite are going to have to get carnal. Mm-hmm. But you trying to go up against. See, you elite are really simple because you're trying to go up against a power that created carnality.
Right.
You're trying to get carnal with a power that created carnality. So what he's going to do is he's going to put the spirit in brothers to take you down carnally.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to give the brothers a spiritual edge that you have not figured out how to tap into, to take your carnal asses down. Right. Because all you elite do is you keep just go around messing with us, man. Fucking with us. You fucking with our connection. You fuck with our food. You fuck with our women. You fuck with our kids. You fuck with our life. Terrorizing us, man. For centuries. Just won't leave us the fuck alone, man. So what's going to end up happening, man, the Lord is going to be a terror unto you. Hey, matter of fact, somebody get Psalm 65:5. Yeah. Psalm 65:5, Bible push out. Let me see this. Because you elite, man. You're gonna get trouble, man. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Psalm 65:5. By terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us.
This is about terrible things, man. The Lord will put pressure on you, elites, through terribleness, man. All right. Yeah, there's one more I'm looking for. If y'all want to go ahead and speak, I'm about to find it.
Then you know, Job, I believe, was that Job 18, if I'm not mistaken? It said the Most High is the king of terrors, man. If I'm not mistaken, in the book of Job.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the brother's saying, like you elites, you know, you keep poking at the nest, man. Well, you about to get stung, man, real bad, man. Okay, coming into that time, man. All right.
Hey, when you get stung, hey, you get stung by so many bees, so many hornets. Especially hornets, you die, man. You know,
right.
And you at least you're allergic to these hornet stings, man.
That's right.
That's why you send your little flunkies and all, down to the camp. Look, man, through the spirit of power and how about you shine. There is no man on this planet that can gainsay what we're saying.
That's right.
Okay, you can't stop this word. We're already building. You know, we're a spiritual snowball. No, we're a spiritual avalanche.
Right.
Right? You're about to get buried and deceased, man.
Yeah, it's about to happen because they keep poking at the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
Let me throw this in here real quick. Then y'all got it. This is what I was looking for. This is Psalm 66:3. It says, "Say unto the Most High, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thy enemies submit themselves unto thee."
Hey, well, the chariot sightings, man. You know, we already did the chariot sightings. You know, we still got a couple days left to the end of this so-called year. It's still going to be more chariot sightings, man.
They're going to be more amazing.
More, way more amazing, man.
It's going to be more immaculate.
You know, it's going to be more immaculate. It's going to be more numbers. You're going to really see, the scripture says in Psalm 68, how the chariots of the Lord over 20,000, man. And that's just what the Lord allows scriptures to say. It's way more than 20,000 chariots. You think, well, I got 20,000 missiles. Nah, man. Okay? I don't care how many trips you take to the ISS station up there. All right? The troposphere, man. Okay? Troposphere. Let me say it. Hey, you know, I don't care how many trips you take up there, man. The angels of the Lord can appear, disappear, reappear, dissipate, multiply.
They can the angels of the Lord actually the angels are so powerful, man. They can come in different forms.
Yeah.
They don't even necessarily have to. They can come through the physical. It could be a little child.
Yep.
Hey, the Lord speak through a donkey.
That's right. He spoke through an ass, man.
And the Lord can deliver a message through anything. The word angel just means messenger.
That's right.
The Lord can speak through whatever He wants to speak through, man. All right. Like, hey, doesn't the scriptures tell you that you know, with a great voice, here come hither, my people.
That's right.
That's power, man.
Hey, that's right. I do a favor. You read that in Psalm 66 again?
Yeah,
because that's power, man.
Read on down to.
Okay, come on. The power of Yahweh Bashar Shad is going to be shown in the earth, man. It's going to be shown, man. All right, go ahead. All
right, Psalm 66:3. "Say unto the Most High, how terrible art thou in thy works. Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee."
Right, Salah, real quick. And then it said, how terrible are thy works. You heathen nations, man, including Esau, Edom, Amalek, you knew the Most High is Al-Shaddai. Terrible demon-like power. Man, you want to know that power again, man.
Because you tend to forget.
You don't know that power. Now they forgot. They think the Most High with them. They think the Most High with them. No, you forgot.
Y'all forgot what did.
The Most High getting ready to jog your memory.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That bump on the head is getting ready to help you. Oh, shit.
I forgot who I was messing with.
Hey, Scripture said it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power. That terribleness is coming back, man. And guess what? He's on our side, man. He's on the side of his people. You know? And you're going to submit. You're going to bow yourself. It's in Revelation 9. You're going to bow yourself.
Go right into it. Verse 4. All the earth shall worship thee and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name. Come and see thy works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doings toward the children of men.
To you heathen nations. That's why it says in Psalm the 2nd chapter, why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? Then as you get America and the elite, start doing order, and all their adversaries and all their allies, even their allies, are turning to their adversaries. They are turning on them. You didn't think that would happen because you tried to upset the prophecies. Nope. The prophecies are going to happen, man. Okay? The prophecies are happening, and guess what? You're going to praise the Lord. You're going to praise the Most High. We're going to make you praise him, man. You know?
Right, huh?
Go ahead, huh?
Come. He says he turned the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did we rejoice in him. He ruled by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebelliousness exalt themselves.
Right. And that was going to the history of the Israelites when we so-called blasphemed the Native Americans went out of Egypt through the Gulf of Suez and the Red Sea and to the wilderness and on to the Promised Land. It's by the power of the Lord. That's how he rules, man. You're gonna see the Most High. We're a warning. The Most High is just using us to go out here in the streets. Scripture talks about the fullness of preachers. We're just doing this because the Lord told us to, and we're happy to do it. Guess what? What he really wants to do, pursuing the Exodus, was it 3 and 15 or 15 and 3? He's a man of war, man. He really wants to kick your ass.
That's right.
And he's gonna kick your ass, man.
That's right.
He's gonna put you to his people. He's gonna put you in slavery.
Hey, that's why I said that stone came with violence.
Yeah, that's it. That
stone came to destroy it. Now think about this. Now in Daniel the 2nd chapter, the statue that Nebuchadnezzar dreamed about, it said it was a terrible appearance. Meaning that it was fierce, man. It was fierce looking. It would look very powerful, man. Imagine a statue that's gold, head of gold, breastplate and arms of silver, pure silver. All right, the bronze, the brass or bronze of the core. That's a very inferior. You know that's very fierce.
Right.
That whole thing down, man. That stone must have been coming at the speed of light, man.
Yep.
With violence, man. Power,
impact,
glory, man. Where did the stone come from, man? To knock down an image of such manner, you know. That goes to show you, man, the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is on his way, man.
That's right.
The power of the Lord is about to be manifested on a heavy level into the earth because we tapping into that dimension.
That's right.
Through the Spirit, we tapping into another dimension. And that dimension, as we continue to tap into that dimension, is going to continue to manifest itself into the fleshly realm until it overtakes it. That's why we're starting to see all these chariots. Okay? You got
I got some.
Go ahead, brother.
It's Isaiah 26 and 21. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
Yes, right. And all of those kingdoms that we read about in Daniel the 2nd chapter were wicked establishments.
That's right.
The Neo-Babylon under the rule of Nebuchadnezzar was wicked, man. They worshiped Christmas. That's why Jeremiah wrote about it in the 10th chapter. Because he was in Babylon. He saw the customs of the people and how vain they were. You know, those were wicked rulerships, man. The Babylonians destroyed the temple. You know, under the Cushites. So you Ethiopians got a lot to pay for too. That's why the scriptures say let's not forget about when you destroyed the temple. And you didn't help rebuild. You Ethiopians didn't help rebuild the temple. It was the Elamites.
Right. Well, and this could just say too, Esau, you could send his. Like he's like, yo, you Edomites, Rothschild, Rockefeller, you have a lot to pay for, man. You have a lot to pay for. A lot, man, because you agreed with them damn fucking starving ass Ethiopians over there, the Eritreans over there. You agreed with them to put us down.
That's right.
But guess what? You agreed with them, you're gonna be put in slavery with them.
That's right.
Yeah. You know, you Cushites, man. You Cushites, and you paid for destroying the temple the first time. Right. You ain't pay for that, man. That's something you got to pay for. Mm-hmm. And you Ethiopians, you are embedded in prophecy.
Oh, that's right.
The Spirit of the Lord is going to move on you Ethiopians.
And Ethiopia is not the promised land.
Yeah, we're going to put a lot of you Ethiopians, and all of you Ethiopians, y'all going into hardcore slavery, man. Bondage. Hardcore. Right along with the so-called white man, because you got to pay for destroying that temple, man. That's right. The temple that you destroyed was built by King Solomon. And they destroyed it up under the Babylonian captivity. Mm-hmm. It was rebuilt during the time of Xerxes. Xerxes authorized, because it's written in the book
and King Cyrus too.
Yeah, I think in the book of Nehemiah it speaks about Xerxes. Yeah.
He was all put a decree out there.
Yeah, kind. You know? Yeah, you know. And then it was destroyed again by the white people during the Greek Empire.
He's so bad.
In the middle. You know, always around doing shit, man. You was a little problem child like the movie. Yeah. Then you want to hold your hands up like you didn't do anything, but then when you look at your hands, they red.
That's why EJ Love, we coming for you, man.
Yeah.
But you was
yeah, you not permit. Right now, we just gonna chop EJ Love and Adam up through the spirit, man. We ain't gonna get carnal with none of you guys. Right. You know, we ain't getting carnal with you dudes, man. We got the spirit of the Lord, brother. We gonna continue to destroy you, man, through the spirit of the Lord, man. You can't come up against it. You know? Yeah.
There's a little bit more. Isaiah 26 and 21, I'll start over. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain.
That's right. The earth shall disclose her blood, man. It's going to be out in the open. That's right. All right? And the prophets are going to declare why all of this blood is being spilled in America, man. Because of your unrighteous deeds, man. This is a very filthy, polluted country, man. Yeah. I don't even like to even consider America a country. It's so wicked. Right? You know, this place is filthy and polluted. It's not only is it snapped off of blood, but it is incorporated all kind of filthy, polluted ideas. Nasty shirts. Just all kind of unclean spirits here in America, man. You got Christianity here, Islam here, homosexuality here, no boys here, black women, business, churches, prostitution, sex rings, orgies,
child sacrifice.
You know what I'm saying? Just all kind of ways of thinking, filthy ways of thinking. These demons are opened up into your country. This place is polluted. The land is bloody. You know, the land is bloody as hell, man. You ever see a piece of land where a body is decomposing?
Yeah. The smells,
and the land is actually turned into like a mud, a real miry type of land. Yep. Is that you can't take that land with blood and eat anything from the land. You know, it has to be. You know, it has to sit. You can't eat from that land. That's why the people in Natchez, Mississippi, at the Devil's Punch Bowl, they don't eat of that fruit, man. Because it's the foul fruit. Those trees were harvested by the blood, not harvested, but those trees were nourished off the blood of so-called Negroes. Yep. That means that tree is defiled, man. That fruit is defiled. It's defiled fruit. This is what's happening in America. Right. Hey, these fields. I say this, man. You know, a lot of this land, man, got blood on it, man. Yeah. A lot of these fields, a lot of these open areas that you see here in America, it was mass bloodshed that happened on his land.
That's why all
the foul land.
All the fruit and the vegetables got to be GMO, because they ain't even, you probably really can't even grow natural fruit in this land.
Too much blood.
They had to make mistakes. So.
Yeah, it's cursed.
This was all the way fucked up, whatever way you put it.
That's why the scriptures tell you, in I think it's Revelation, the 17th chapter, saw the souls of them that were slain in that land.
Yep, I have Revelation 17.
If you can find it, read up in the chapter. It's up. If it's not in Revelation. But you see it?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, but what we saying is, man, this whole land is defiled and polluted. You slain the prophets, you slain the Israelites, the men of the Lord here in America. Their blood was scattered all over this land, and then you think it's the land of the free and the home of the brave. No, man, this is the land of the cursed. All right, and the home of the slave. That's what America is, man. And Yahweh is about to bring judgment on America real soon, man. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai, is about to come back with the armies of heavens and the spiritual army here with the brothers. They're going to bring hell on America, man. There will be no more roaring 20s here in America ever again. You know?
No more for that. After World War II, you had the baby boomers. No more
baby boomers.
No more baby boomer time. No more sock hops. Okay. Right? No more none of that 50s, 60s crap, man. No more I want to see show, man. And no more good times for you Jays, man. No more none of that, man. And no more good times for you Edomites, so-called Jews, man. No more none of that, man. America's gonna be destroyed, man. I got something, everybody got nothing.
I got something real quick. What I was saying, then you can go. Yeah. Revelation 17:6. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. That's because you killed the children of Israel, man. Right. Here in this land. You killed the children of Israel back during the time of slavery. A lot of the people that you killed were part of the elect back then.
Yeah. Reincarnated now.
Reincarnated. So that blood that you shed of those people back then that were the elect, because it's reincarnation in the scriptures. So the blood that you shed of those elect members back then is still on this land. Mm-hmm. They haven't avenged you of that blood. So this whole land is cursed and defiled. And the Heavenly Father is going to make war real soon. And in America, start with Yahweh Shai. We got time.
I got this real quick, and this is beautiful lesson, right? 2 Nebuchadnezzar's 13:36. It says, and Zion shall come and shall be told to all men, being prepared and like thou sawest the hill graded without hands. That's Yahweh Shai, because he's going to bring the kingdom and deliver the elect of Israel to have it, because we spiritually building the kingdom is getting ready to be spiritually built up. Well, no, it's spiritually being built up, but it's getting ready to be delivered. Yeah. And the Yahweh Shai is going to be that last cornerstone, that last piece, brothers, that's going to be putting that last finishing touch upon the kingdom to have it established on the earth. It says, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations. Esau and his new world order, thinking they're going to rule these Moabites, Chinese trying to think they're going to rule these North Koreans, thinking they're going to rule after us. No. Whatever wicked inventions you have, as soon as someone's taking care of it, the Most I say he's going to laugh, man. And he's going to have you in derision. And that derision is going to be Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we're waiting for. That's the superhero of the nation of Israel. We're waiting for Yahweh Shai to come back, man. Like the Justice League was pleading for Superman to come back. We're waiting for the real Superman, Yahweh Shai, to come back, man. Okay? The real Kal-El, the real all-powerful one.
That's right.
Yahweh Shai. It says, and this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. So like Apostle Paul brought out, he's going to be the first slave master, man.
That's right.
And he's going to torment you and have you in chains, man. It says, well, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor by the law which is like unto me.
See, this is a good time to be an Israelite.
Hey,
this is a good time to be up under the umbrella of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
That's right.
Because the prophecies line up to us winning.
That's right.
That's right.
You know, we don't have to go into another captivity. We already in it.
Right.
So this time that we living in now is really a good time to be a part of that number. And that's why the brothers give that diligence. And they work and they labor. Because why would the Lord deny all the works that these brothers is doing, man, throughout the four corners of the earth. All this, the faith that these brothers have, and they laboring, and they going hard. Why would the Lord deny that and put us in another captivity? He's going to honor those works. He's going to honor that faith. That's why the temple had to be destroyed, because you had too many niggas coming up in the temple back then.
Yeah, man.
So the Lord destroyed the temple, and then he did what? He set up a spiritual temple, and it started with Yahweh Shai. So now all them phonies, them fraudulent people, they don't have the miraculous appearance of the temple to hide under, man.
Right.
They got to do this work.
Yeah, that's right.
And they don't want to do this work. The men of the Lord is the ones that's going to do this work, and that's how he doing is sifting through the spirit. You know, helping build the spiritual temple, and then the Lord is going to do what? He's going to come back and he's going to honor all the brothers. They gave good, clean labor through the spirit, taught the correct doctrine. All right, didn't try to mingle this wine with bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
This is pure wine here.
Right. This ain't malt liquor, man.
This is pure aged wine too, because this word been here.
Come, thousands of years.
You know, and brothers ain't mixing this wine with anything, man. We taking it straight. You know. And the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he ain't unrighteous to forget the work and labor of love, man. He's going to establish the kingdom of heaven right here on earth. And before he establishes it, which he's establishing the kingdom of heaven now.
That's right.
You know, the kingdom of heaven is being established now.
That's right, being built right now.
And America is being destroyed right now.
Come.
And these two energies are going to meet head on, and the righteous is going to win, man.
Come.
All right, you got some more?
Yeah, I got some. This Luke 18, Luke 18:7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect?
That's right. Ooh. Shall not the Most High avenge his own elect? Which the elect are consistent with Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
That's who's going to make up the elect, the children of Israel.
Right.
And the scattered. All right? Because you got the seed of Israel that's scattered amongst the other nations. All right. And right now, I'll tell you this, man. There's a lot of friction going on between Esau and the other nations, man. Yeah. There's a lot of friction, man. The other nations ain't feeling Esau right now, man.
Fed up.
They fed up with his bullshit, with his unrighteous rule, his deception, all right? His policies, his global geopolitics, all right? The other nations are fed up, and that shaking, that friction between Esau and the other nations could possibly resort to a lot of these people waking up to this truth, and waking up to the fact that the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true rulers of the earth.
Come.
You know, go ahead.
It says, "And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him?" We always whining, man. You know, sighing and crying. It says, "Which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them." The Most High, he's sighing and crying with us.
He's with us.
Yahweh Shai is sighing and crying with us. And the Creator himself is going to pound you Edomites in the fucking dust, man.
That's right.
Verse 8, it says, "I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? And that's what it's about. It's about faith.
Right.
You know?
Right.
How about John Shai is looking for the faith of his men, those that believe. To that mark of perfection. You know, that we get that prize, man. You know. Yeah, something
Yeah,
come on.
that 1 Corinthians.
Those that believe.
1 Corinthians 15 and start at 23 to 25. It says, but every man in his own first fruits. Afterward, they that are Hamashiachs at his coming. It says, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
This scripture is consistent with Daniel's 2nd chapter. Yep. We put down all kingdoms.
And the precept, we got Daniel 7:14.
Oh man, that's the spirit, man. As a matter of fact, before we close out, I beheld to the ancient to the thrones of cast.
Oh yeah, come
on. Daniel 7 and 9.
Yep.
Yeah, let me read this last verse and jump right into that. Verse 25. It says, for he must reign, so he hath put all enemies under his feet.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah,
that's it, man.
Yeah, I was kind of saying
that's the one, man. Yeah. The Lord said he's gonna reign when he put all enemies under his feet. So all you Old Testament Israelites, when did that happen?
Right.
When did that stone that came and broke in pieces those nations? What year did that happen?
So when is it gonna happen?
And if it didn't happen yet, when is it gonna happen and who is that stone?
Right.
All right, and then you know what kingdom is going to be set up afterwards. After
America.
You know, clowns. All right. So hey man, you know, hey, the kingdom of heaven is near, brothers. It's not. This is the time now to really lock in, sink in, man. You know, through the spirit, gird up. You know, get your equipment, your spiritual equipment on, your spiritual battle attire, your armor, and let's go to work, man. Let's fight this good fight of faith in the spirit, because that stone is coming, man.
Right.
All right. So with that, we're gonna close out by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruchah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and safety to the elect men, women, and children. Shalom.
Shalom.